Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Peter Kahn. Welcome to my talk today at the Nourish Festival. I want to say thank you so much for all of you being here today. We have over 1,000 people scheduled for this particular talk. So I'm so grateful, and it's a pleasure to meet all of you or e-meet all of you. Again, I'm Dr. Peter Kahn. I'm board certified in functional medicine, in integrative medicine, as well as in functional neurology. And I have a virtual practice for the last 2 years now. So this wasn't COVID forcing me virtual. I was already virtual for the past 2 years. And in my practice, I have seen over 5,000 clients with chronic health conditions, such as autoimmune disease, chronic thyroid problem, chronic digestive issues, people with chronic food sensitivity and chemical sensitivity, toxicities, SIBO, gut infections, you name it, I've seen it all. And what I had the privilege of is learning over 5,000 cases, doing pre and post testing to have this evidence-based approach to really help me to see patterns. And today I'm going to share with you the patterns I've learned after working 15 years in practice, seeing people with chronic health conditions, and the things that I see that's common, the common denominator between all people with chronic conditions, be it autoimmune issues, be it chronic energy problems, depression, fatigue, brain fog. We're going to talk about how your symptoms are connected and what is the roadmap that you need to navigate in order to help you to get answers. Okay, so now really quickly, I have just a short personal journey of how I got here. When I was still in medical school, chiropractic school, my father had liver cancer, stage 4. At the time, he was 75 years old, and he was told he had 6 months to live. And my brother, who's also a physician, refused to accept that. So we started doing research and trying to find things to help my father with diet change and supplements, and with just a little bit of things that I knew at the time, which I was really brand new to it. And my father was able to live 5 years symptom-free from stage 4 cancer, where they say 6 months to live. So that taught me a lot about what's possible, right? So today, I'm going to show you what is possible, okay? And then another turning point in my life is when my son, when he was just 1.5, a toddler, just barely walking, he's 13 now in junior high school. He had a severe scalding injury where hot boiling water spilled down the side of his body. He had third-degree burns over 15% of his body. We had to transport him to the burn center. And since that injury, he had developed as a child, as an infant, severe respiratory issues, severe food allergies that he didn't have before, severe brain symptoms where he would get this night terror every single night. Multiple times a night, he would get temper tantrums. We thought he was going to become autistic, and that led me down the path of learning about the brain. And I had my fellowship training with one of the world's leading experts in child development disorder, and eventually earning my diplomate status with the American College Board of Chiropractic Neurology, became board certified as a functional neurologist. So that's part of my journey. And then my younger daughter, she had anaphylaxis reaction to dairy when she was just a baby, like 8 months old. Got her hand into Big Brother's leftover lunch, and she developed really anaphylaxis reaction. And I remember sitting in the back of the ambulance when she was transported to the hospital. I was sitting in the ambulance with her, and I just thought, I'm never going to let that happen again. Okay, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to help my family. And so that led me down the path of learning from some of the world's leading experts in food sensitivity, in immunology, Dr. Ari Vashtani and Dr. Pratik Karazian. So that led me down the path of functional medicine to really dissect using lab tests and doing a complete overhaul of how we even look at health and medicine in the first place. So that's what took me here today. After so many years, seeing 5,000 people, seeing life-changing results, and you can see them all at our website at askdrkhan.com. You can see a lot of these video testimonials of people who have their life change. Now, I'm not telling you that to brag. I'm telling you so that there's hope. You may be watching this because you or someone you love is struggling with chronic issues, right? You're looking for answers. You've been everywhere. You've been to your primary care, and you've been to the specialist, the GI guy. You've been to the Mayo Clinic, and then nothing worked. The drugs didn't work, so you swing all the way to the other side, and now you're trying some kind of natural alternative therapy. Going to naturopath, acupuncture, chiropractor, maybe taking a whole bunch of supplements, which is a problem. If you're taking a whole bunch of supplements, you're basically just shotgunning it, right? You're not being targeted. You don't have a roadmap to guide you. Today, I'm going to share that roadmap with you, okay? And as you see, we have this whiteboard back here. And my style of teaching is that I draw, okay? I draw things out, and I show you how things work by drawing out pathway. That's how I learn neurology and physiology, by drawing stuff out. Because really, if you can draw it, you know it. So people who speak from slide deck, you know, it's all like pre-prepared. I'm going to just show you how it's going to express itself, okay? All right, so when we're talking about chronic health condition like fatigue, brain fog, there's this common denominator. After seeing 5,000 people, there's people that's showing these common symptoms when they have chronic health issues. My team looks like they're jumping on the video and is taking my video away. So team members, if you're jumping on my video, I'm not seeing myself on my screen anymore. So just a little technical support issue. So just keep that in mind. So are you guys, you guys can put in the chat there if you guys are able to see me. Are you guys still able to see me? Okay. I am not on screen. Sorry, I just got to make sure that I am still showing to you guys. You guys see me? Okay, great. Thank you for the feedback. All right, and that helps. Okay, so when I speak, and I've been doing this with Nourish for a long time, and I'm very seasoned with this, but it's the first time doing with this particular platform. So thank you for the feedback. Thank you for all of you who put in the chat that you can see me. So that helps you to know that I'm still on track. So let's talk about commonality. So when people have chronic health issues, what I see is that there's common denominators of symptoms between different people. And so these symptoms include three things here. So we have brain symptoms, okay? And we have immune symptoms, and we have gut symptoms. Okay, those are the three common symptoms that are related or common denominator between all people. Now, we also know that there's a brain-gut connection, right? So a lot of you may have heard, recent science has shown that there's a brain to gut connection, that the gut function, as well as the gut microbiome and leaky gut and gut immunity, impact brain and vice versa. So you've heard of the brain-gut connection. However, a lot of you may not have heard of the brain-immune-gut connection. See, the immune system is the go-between between the brain and the gut. Okay, so a lot of time we leave the immune system out of this conversation, and that's a mistake. And that's why I'm bringing you, and the topic of this talk is the brain-immune-gut. The big idea of how to heal from chronic condition is that there's a brain-immune-gut connection. And what happens is when one area fails, the other area will fail as well. So you start to develop this domino effect of chronic problems that seems mysterious. You may have like 20 things wrong with you, but when in fact, there's just a central issue that's happening with the brain-immune-gut axis, I call it. Okay, the brain-immune-gut axis, or I call it the big axis or the big idea. Okay, so let's talk about the symptoms that people have when they have these kind of brain-immune-gut challenges or the big idea. So number one is brain symptoms, okay? So when people have brain-immune-gut dysfunction, brain symptoms will be things like fatigue. Now, you may be saying fatigue. Why is that a brain symptom? Well, yeah, you experience fatigue in your brain, right? I mean, you don't necessarily feel fatigue in your buttock, right? Now, you may have weakness of a muscle, but that's not the same as fatigue, right? If you have bicep weakness because you overexercise, that's weakness or muscular weakness. Fatigue is necessarily a brain symptom, okay? So if you experience fatigue, you basically should just say, I have brain symptom. That's accurate. That's what it is. So fatigue is a common brain symptom, and you can have brain fog. So brain fog will be the sensation of feeling like you can't concentrate. You may have short-term memory loss. You may have word loss. You speak, you're like, what is that word? You have it at the tip of your tongue, you just can't spit it out. You may walk into a room and forget why you walk in there in the first place. You forget where your keys are easily. You misplace things. So that's, memory issues, but also it can be related to concentration problem. Poor concentration. Right? You can't focus. You feel like this is veil over your eyes. You just can't see through the fog, and you can't function very well. That's brain fog. That's associated with the brain. You can also have depression. You can also have anxiety. You can also have lack of motivation. That's usually a dopamine problem. You can also have things like neurological symptoms like vertigo or balance problems, or even paresthesia or numbness and tingling. So these are all brain or nervous system issues associated with a brain immune gut dysfunction. Okay. Now the next area that where people experience symptom, and remember, you may have one or multiple of these. It doesn't matter. If you have even one symptom in this category, you have to consider, okay, what's the root cause of that problem? See, these are all symptoms. The symptom doesn't tell you what's the root cause of that symptom. Depression can have multiple causes. So if you think just a chemical deficiency and you need to take Prozac, then that's not going to get you there, right? It may temporarily make you feel better, but you're not addressing the root cause. So these are symptoms. The question is, where's it coming from? And I'll show you, okay? The next category of symptom that you may experience when you have brain immune gut dysfunction is that you have immune system challenges. This can show up as inflammation. Now, inflammation can be bodily pain, could be joint stiffness or joint swelling, but really can manifest anywhere in the body. Can show up as skin inflammation, right? Skin inflammation will show up as eczema, psoriasis, rash, hives, okay? It can show up as just having autoimmune disease. If you have immune system challenges due to a brain immune gut dysfunction, so then if you have celiac disease, which, right, this Nourish Festival, a lot of people here are looking for gluten-free options, you have immune system challenges. That's why you have food sensitivities, folks. Food sensitivity is not a GI problem. Let me repeat that. Food sensitivity is not a GI problem. Food sensitivity is an immune system problem. It's your immune system that's reacting to the food. Let me say this one step further. When you have celiac disease, you don't have a GI problem. Celiac disease is an autoimmune disease where the immune system's attacking your gastrointestinal lining. So that's an immune system problem. So celiac is not a GI problem. It's an immune system problem. So why are we going to the GI guy? See, there's a problem, right? So food sensitivity could be an issue. Chronic infection could be a result of these brain immune gut challenges, allergies, okay? Again, you don't have to have all of these symptoms, but let's just say you're someone who has food sensitivity, and then you also experience brain fog and maybe a little bit of depression. That may mean that you have some type of brain and immune system challenges. So the last category is gut. So symptom here could be gas, bloating, right? Or heartburn, or reflux, or you have constipation. You may have diarrhea. Okay? You may have IBS, where you have alternating constipation diarrhea, and you may have gut pain. Okay? So all these different GI problems, okay, SIBO or Candida, right? So what you see here is that people with brain immune gut dysfunction often will have one or more of these brain symptoms, along with one or more of these immune system challenges, along with one or more of these gut issues, all happening at the same time. So in the chat, in the question, because I can see your chats, that's great. Go ahead and put in the chat box whether you experience brain symptoms, even just one of them, immune system challenges, even just one of them, or gut challenges. If you do, put down B.I.G for brain immune gut. Put big B.I.G in the chat if you have symptom in all three categories. Okay? Because if you do, you have a brain immune gut dysfunction. And remember what I said earlier, when one becomes dysfunctional, it'll start to cause problem in the other area. So they cause problem in all other area. Okay, so look at how many people say, I don't know if you can see each other's chat, but look at how many people are saying big. I mean, this is a big problem, and it takes a big idea to overcome a big problem. Now, a bigger problem, let me share with you, and you can probably resonate with this, is that when you go to your doctor and say, doctor, I have brain fog, guess what the doctor says, the conventional medical doctor? I mean, they're brilliant people, and they're really caring, they're doing the best they can, but a lot of times their training is just, they're trained in drugs and surgery, right? And if you go and tell them, and drugs and surgery is necessary from a diagnosis. So if you have a diagnosis of something, then they have a drug for that diagnosis. But what's the root cause of diagnosis? Don't know, don't care. Here's a drug for the symptom. So they're treating the symptom with a drug or surgery. That's the medical system. It's a very important service. There's a time and place for it, but it does not address the root cause of chronic brain immune gut dysfunction. So if you have brain fog, you go to your primary medical provider or neurologist or whoever specialist you go to, you say brain fog. Guess what? There's not a diagnosis code for brain fog. It's not an actual diagnosis, but yet it's a symptom that you experience, right? I mean, if you experience brain fog, put brain fog. Just type it in the chat, that brain fog. That means like, yep, I know what that is. I experience it. Just type it in, brain fog. That means you have that. And we'll see how many people pop up that have brain fog. And the problem is you go to, I'm seeing it right now. It's coming through. People who know what I'm talking about, when you understand you have brain fog, if you have that, you know what I'm talking about. I can see the chat coming through now, okay? That's a lot of you, okay, brain fog. So what I'm saying is if you have brain fog, you go to the doctor, they have no diagnosis. Is that brain fog? What's that? Like, there's not even is that depression? Is that Alzheimer's disease? There's no diagnosis. And because there's no diagnosis for brain fog, even though you feel brain fog, there's no drug for brain fog. They don't know what to do with it. Same goes with a lot of these other stuff. They don't know what to do with it other than throw a drug at you. You guys know what I'm saying? You feel me? So I'm not against medicine, right? My daughter had to go to the hospital. My child had to go to burn center. They took care of them. I'm grateful for that. I have a problem, though, when you have symptoms and they just like brush you aside. It's all in your head. You're a hypochondriac. We don't know what's wrong with you. I'm going to pass you to the next provider. You become a referral ping pong, right? Is that the experience you have when you have chronic health condition? Because nobody is giving you a roadmap. Nobody knows how to solve this puzzle, right? So if you don't even know what the heck is causing the root cause of the brain fog, how are you going to fix it? Like, what drug do you take for that? So then you swing to the other side. Now you're doing Dr. Google, trying to find some supplement to take online that will solve your problem. But you know what the problem with that is? You don't know what the root cause is either. You're guessing, right? Those Google articles and blog articles, it's all great, but it's not specific to you, right? From the eyes of an article writer, they're trying to write something that'll kind of, as many people will read it and as many people can benefit from it without getting into too specific. The truth is, every single person is going to have their own unique key code or their own unique situation. So you have to take this information and customize it. And I'm going to show you how to do that today, okay? So hopefully you guys are excited. I'm getting excited talking about it because this is my passion. This is what I've been doing for the past 12, 15 years. And I have a YouTube channel. You can just go to YouTube, search Peter Khan DC. You'll see the bald-headed Chinese guy, pretty hard to miss. One of the few guys that look like this. And I have over 500 videos on my YouTube channel, okay, that I talk about these various topics, little short snippets to give you an idea of what's possible. That, you know that, hey, you know what? You're not alone. There are things that you can do to get better. Even if your doctor can't figure it out, we can help you figure it out, okay? So there's hope for you, okay? So we talked about the brain, immune, and gut axis, and what are some of the symptoms that can result when you have brain, immune, gut challenges. So now I'm going to share with you a roadmap, okay? A roadmap that you can navigate. Because again, these are symptoms, but some of these symptoms can overlap with other conditions. For example, gas and bloating. How many different things can cause gas and bloating? A lot, right? You can have like low stomach acid production that can cause gas and bloating. You can have low pancreatic enzyme production that can cause gas and bloating. You can have poor gallbladder dysfunction, cause gas and bloating. You can have SIBO and cause gas and bloating. You can have leaky gut and cause gas and bloating. You can have like parasite and cause gas and bloating. You can have autoimmune disease of your gut that can cause gas and bloating. So just having gas and bloating doesn't tell you the root cause. So there you are, Googling, trying to take a supplement for gas and bloating, but you don't even know what the root cause is. That's why it doesn't work. So if you're taking like a mountain full of supplement, or you go to your kitchen, you open the cupboard, like you have bottles, it's falling out. Like I literally have clients that I work with come to me and they have a luggage full of supplement. They said, this is all like, do you take all of that? It's like, no, not all of them. This I take when I have this symptom. This I take when I have that symptom. Okay, so you're treating a symptom instead of with a drug, but with a supplement. You're treating a symptom nonetheless, right? There's no cogent or clear method for actually understand what's causing your problem. And it's not your fault. You're not trained as a physician. You're not trained as a provider. Of course, you don't know how to figure it out, but you can be taught how to figure it out, right? Now, your doctor is a trained physician, but they're not trained this way. They're trained in allopathic medicine, which is using a drug to treat a symptom. It's all good, right? I'm not against that. It's just, if it don't work, then you got to do something different, right? So the key question you got to ask, is it working? If it's working, awesome. High five, keep going. If it's not working and you still have struggling with symptoms despite taking supplement and seeing specialists, seeing natural doctors, you're missing something. And that something is the big idea that these symptoms are connected. You don't have 30 problems listed here. You have one big problem that's leading to 30 symptoms. We call that the root cause, right? One big problem at the root, creating 30 branches of 30 different symptoms. So then you're going to the GI guy for the GI symptom, and you're going to the neurologist for the brain symptom, and you go into like wherever you go to for the immune symptom, and nobody can figure it out because nobody's talking to each other and nobody has a roadmap. That's the big challenge. And I have a solution. So let's share that with you today, okay? So let's erase. All right, so now when it comes to a roadmap, by the way, before I go any further, please put in the chat, is it helpful so far? Did I make sense? Did that resonate with you where you said, heck yeah, like, man, I've been through that. I've been to the medical route. It's not working. I'm frustrated. I'm going to the natural route. And it's not working that great either. Give me a heck yeah in the chat so I know that like I'm striking a chord, okay? And just so you know, okay, so many of you are saying yes, I'm striking a chord because I've seen over 5,000 clients with chronic conditions. That's my niche. So, and when I talk to someone, I'm finding out what's not working, what has worked. And I hear over and over again the frustration from these people that tells me like, my doctor just never listened to me. Gosh, like, why can't a doctor listen to the patient? I mean, aren't they paid to do that? But you'd be surprised. Many of them don't because they already have a prescription in mind. Either the drug rep tell them like, hey, this is the product of the month, or they're just, they don't have enough time. They got 5-10 minutes with you and they got to see the next person. So they just like prescription ready to dish out without even talking to you about what's causing the problem. They're just treating your symptom. I mean, they have a good heart. They're just trying to help you with your symptom. But remember, treating a symptom doesn't mean addressing the root cause of the problem. You don't want to just put a Band-Aid on it. Okay. So I know that many of you resonate with this because I know how you feel. I've been there with many of you. Okay. So I'm going to share with you this roadmap right now. Okay. This is really important. This is the part you want to pay attention. So let me see if I can see myself here. I know my screen is limited. All right. So when it comes to a roadmap, you go from, typically people come to me, they start from feeling that they're struggling. Okay. And then what they want to do, they want to get to the point where they feel like they're thriving, right? You want to go from struggling to thriving. Now, people just assume that, hey, you know what? If I can just find the missing ingredient, if I could just get the drug, if I could just get the right drug, I'll just be able to flip on a switch and it'll just get better overnight. Or if I could just take the magic supplement, that's grown in the Himalayas and, raised by the Tibetan monks and blessed by them, and pooped on the mountain by the mountain goat because they got special microbiome. So that magic berry that's from the Himalayas, pooped by the special goat, will just give me the magical formula that's going to make me better, right? Now, I'm making fun of the magical berry, but trust me, there's a lot of people out there looking for that magic berry. Oh, you know, this the latest supplement, and this is the goji berry, and this is that. It's the same thing, okay? It's the thought process of looking for overnight thing. Because the truth is, when you have brain immune gut dysfunction, it's a process of unwinding it rather than flipping on a switch. Once you understand that, then you have patience and you know what you're doing and you have a way to navigate it. So let me show you how you get from here to here. It's not a straight line. You got to follow a roadmap, okay? Now, before I talk about the roadmap, what does a roadmap mean when it comes to like a medical treatment? Well, let me give you an example. Let's say you come upon someone on the side of the road and this person is laying on the side of the road unconscious and you want to help this person. So you rush up to this person who's unconscious and you assess, right? Well, you learn in CPR, ABC, right? Airway, breathing, right? So you come up to this person and you find that this person has no breathing and has a broken leg. Which one do you fix first? Go ahead and put in the chat. If somebody is unconscious, you want to help them. They have no breathing and they have a broken leg. Which one do you fix first? Breathing or broken leg? This is called triage in medicine, right? You treat the most important thing first. Go and put it in the chat, right? I'm sure many of you know the answer to that. And better not put broken leg in there, right? The answer is, right? Breathing, of course, right? Because that's the most important thing for that person. The most impactful thing that's going to support their physiology. Without oxygen, the physiology is going to die. Doesn't matter what a broken leg is. You can fix it later, right? In your body, there's that triage for people with brain immune gut dysfunction or chronic health conditions, be it fatigue, brain fog, autoimmune disease, thyroid problems, food sensitivity, environmental toxin, whatever. There's a roadmap. So this roadmap is this triage. It's the priority system of your body. It's a step-by-step. Okay, so what that means is if the password to your cell phone is 1234, and you type in 4321, same numbers, even the same number of numbers, but you put it in the reverse order, your phone doesn't unlock for you, right? And many people in the functional medicine world, natural alternative medicine world, conventional medicine world are treating health conditions like 4321 backwards or in random order. They're not going 1, 2, 3, 4. They're not triaging to see what the most important thing is. So what happens is people are told that, oh, you have brain fog, you must need some hormone. Here, take some estrogen or testosterone. That's your problem. You have testosterone deficiency. Just take testosterone, you'll be fine. And many people take testosterone or estrogen or progesterone and they're not fine because that's not the priority. That's like somebody who's passed out on the side of the road and you run up to them, you want to help, they're not breathing, and you're saying, this person's not breathing. Hurry, let's give them some testosterone. You wouldn't think that. But yet, when you have chronic brain fog, fatigue, your energy sucks, you can't focus, you have hormone problem, you have food sensitivity, you're inflamed, you have autoimmune disease, first thing we think about is hormones? Like that's so far off the beaten track, that's not even on target, right? What's the number one cause for most problem? People, it's brain immune gut axis dysfunction, as I described. And here's the roadmap, the passcode, the sequence that you must navigate to unlock this. You ready? Let's go. So here, in order to get from here to here, we have to go through a few blocks here, okay? So these blocks are basically like the important things to build. Do you see this build? It's building going up, right? Kind of like how this is going up, describing. You're building a house. You start from the foundation, you put the roof on last. You don't put the roof on first and build the foundation last. It'll be out of order, right? Same thing in the body. You got to navigate the sequence. The first step is fuel delivery. Okay, fuel delivery. Second step is immune function. Third step is detox. Fourth step is neuroendo. Okay, I'll explain each of these blocks. But fuel delivery means we have to deliver energy to your body. You see, energy is the currency of your body. Without energy, it's like you have no money. You can't buy the raw material to build a house. You can't hire workers to assemble the material like enzymes to work. You can't build new protein, new hair tissue. You can't heal. You need fuel delivery. That's the foundation. And many of you have fuel delivery that's not working, but yet you're going for the hormones. See, out of sequence. Immune function. Okay, very important because that's part of the brain immune gut, right? The big idea, the I is in the middle. So that's an important part of that. Then we need to detox. It's not a matter of whether we're exposed to toxins. We're all exposed to toxins. It's how much do you have and how does it affect you. Last is neuroendo. Neuro means brain and endo means hormone. A lot of times when you address a foundational problem, by the time you get there, the hormone problem clear up on its own. You don't even got to touch it. Okay, so that's the beauty of this, is that you have a sequence to operate in a logical progression. So you know where you are in the step of the process. So let's start with fuel delivery. The steps required for fuel delivery, first, you got to look at perfusion. Okay, so perfusion means, can you deliver oxygen and glucose and fuel to your tissue? So under perfusion, we have circulation problems, and we have anemia. So what that means is, if you have poor circulation, like your hands and feet are cold all the time, your nose is cold because you can't even get blood flow to your brain, you get dizzy easily because you have low blood pressure. Just remember, high blood pressure is a medical diagnosis, but low blood pressure is just as bad. Normal pressure is 120/80. If your blood pressure is like 105, 70, it's kind of low. It's not low enough for you to pass out, but it's not good enough for you to feel great. Medical doctor will look at the high blood pressure and say, oh, there's a drug for high blood pressure. But when it comes to low blood pressure, they don't have much treatment for it. In fact, they even say low blood pressure is good. Lower the better. Really? Lower the better? What's the lowest number of blood pressure you can have then? 0. What does that mean when you have 0 blood pressure? You're dead. So lower is not better, okay? There's a normal range. Too high is bad, too low is bad. What's too low? In my clinical experience, if you're below 105, 70, it's already starting to become borderline low. You may not feel great because you don't have enough pressure to push fuel into your cell. If you're like 100/65, or even lower than that, you're like 90 over 60, you're not feeling good. And there you are trying to fix it by taking some exotic goji berry, and that's not the solution for you. You got to identify the root cause of the perfusion problem, circulation issue, and address that. Many times it's related to adrenal gland dysfunction. And then we have anemia. If you're anemic, forget about it. If you're anemic, you can't deliver oxygen to your tissue. I don't care how much hormone you take, and I don't care how much magical supplement you're taking. It's not going to make a difference because you can't make cellular energy. Remember, energy is the currency of your body. So a lot of people get ignored because, oh, your blood pressure is so good. What it really is your blood pressure is actually lower than it should be, and you're feeling terrible, and you're not being addressed properly. And you go to your MD, regular doctor, they have no idea that that's a problem. You go to your regular natural doctor, they have no idea it's a problem. It's a problem, okay? And then so that's the first block here for fuel delivery, okay? Next block is blood sugar. Okay, this is important because your body requires oxygen and glucose for energy. This is the primary source of fuel. Now, some people will say, hey, keto diet, burn fat. You can burn fat, but that's not a preferred source, right? It's the easiest source for the body is actually glucose. If you, in the absence of glucose, your body can switch to fat, but it takes some adapting. It's called fat adaptation, which is what keto diet tried to do. But your brain's preferred source of fuel is oxygen and glucose. That's what the brain uses for energy. Okay, so what that means is if your blood sugar is unstable, whether it's too high or too high as in diabetes or pre-diabetic tendency or insulin resistance, or too low like hypoglycemic tendency, or both, up and down like a roller coaster, you are going to have symptoms. Most likely in your brain, probably the rest of your body. When blood sugars start to get out of balance, it starts to impact other things like your hormonal system. Adrenal gland being one that's really impacted by that. Your liver can be impacted by that. If you have autoimmune disease, your blood sugar fluctuation can flare up autoimmune. So blood sugar stability is important. If perfusion is king, blood sugar is queen. These two things are the foundation to building your house. And people are jumping all over the place, fixing things that don't really matter. And this is why you haven't experienced much improvement. Now, I'm not saying just fixing perfusion and blood sugar is going to solve all your problem. It's a foundation, meaning if you're trying to fix other things, you can't fix those. Those things won't respond unless these things are in place first. Okay, that's just how important it is. Next step in this fuel delivery is digestion. Okay, digestion means, are you able to break down food? Because if you can't break down food, doesn't matter how healthy you eat, you can't get that food to your tissue. So that's going to impact fuel delivery, right? Fuel delivery is blood flow. It's your blood sugar. It's whether you can break down food into its, protein, amino acids, carbs, and fat. If you can't do that well, you cannot deliver. That's why this is the foundation. And most people are stuck here and they never got these fixed. They're trying to fix all the stuff over here and you're not there yet. This is called a priority sequence. It's a roadmap that I teach our people to operate. In fact, there's a digital program that I created with video modules on each of these to teach you how to do it. Comes with assessment forms, so you can assess whether you have high blood sugar, low blood sugar, or mixed pattern, and what to do for each. You can assess whether you have digestion problem. Just so you know, digestion, you got to address it from north to south, right? There's compartments of digestion. So then, just like there's a priority system, people are trying to fix their gut microbiome down here, but then up here, like the vagus nerve not working or the stomach acid not working, then down below, it doesn't really matter because you're not doing it in sequence. We have other talks, by the way, scheduled this weekend in my booth, the virtual booth. So you can come to our virtual booth where I'm going to attempt to try to deliver other topics. I know I speak all 3 days. I speak today, tomorrow, and Saturday, all at 1 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so those of you want to come, but I'm going to give you more value at our booth. If you come to our booth, the live video chat, I'm going to deliver more talks there. Little mini ones, but I don't know if the technology, like Nourish, may not have that all figured out tech-wise, so I'm going to try. But come and I'll give you more information on that, okay? So here is the foundation. Now, once you get that fixed, the next step is immune function. So now, when it comes to immune, first thing we gotta fix is leaky gut. Now you say, leaky gut, isn't that a gut problem? Why is it on the immune category? No, leaky gut is an immune system problem that's happening in the gut. It's not a gut issue. Just like celiac disease, it's not a gut problem, it's an immune system problem happening in the gut. So leaky gut determines your immune function. When you have leaky gut, you get a double whammy of malabsorption and inflammation, and this can be a precursor to autoimmune disease. Not everyone have leaky gut, but it's pretty darn common. Okay, you'd be surprised how common it is. There's special tests you can do for it, but also assessments you can do to identify that. And there's specific how-tos based on your presentation and your unique situation. And this is all discussed in the digital program. Next, we have, in the immune section, inflammation. Okay, now this is a really big topic in and of itself. In fact, I'm speaking on that tomorrow. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, I'm speaking on just this block right here of this roadmap. I'm giving you the 30,000 feet view today, and tomorrow I'm going to talk about just this. And we have a digital program that takes you through all the stuff, okay? Next is infections. So under immune category, you got to fix leaky gut, and then address any inflammation. And this is where we talk about autoimmunity, very detailed topic, a talk tomorrow just on that. And infection, this is where we're talking about parasites, bacteria, viruses, and candida. You have to clear infection because you have these infections, it's gonna constantly trigger inflammation and immune dysfunction, okay? Once you address the immune system, the next step, we can move on to detox. Under the detox category, first thing we gotta do is we wanna support drainage. Okay. So what does that mean? Because drainage is different than detox. Okay. Drainage means your body's natural process in your structure and physiology that help you get rid of stuff. That's like from sweating, from pooping stuff out, from peeing stuff out. It's drainage, right? And lymphatic system is part of that drainage. So we want to support drainage because that gets everything funneled down so that you can actually get it out. Detox means we're actually binding. We're trying to chelate and trying to, bring the toxin out of the body, mobilize it. But mobilizing is not enough. We got to get it out of the body. So that's bind. Okay. So there's a way to there's a science and art to detox. A lot of people are just like, I bought the stuff on Sprouts. It says detox on the bottle, so I must be detoxing, right? No. It's a whole series of process you got to go through. We teach that in the digital program. So you become your own, I don't want to say you become your own doctor because it's not to self-diagnose, self-treat, but you need to become an expert of your own body. You need to be able to advocate for yourself, right, and your family members and know what's up. You don't want to just go to the doctor, everything's fine. You already said that you experienced the the fact that you go to the doctor, they say everything's fine, but you're not fine. You know they're missing something. So like you have to advocate for yourself. How can you advocate if you don't have information? And I just gave you information. I'm literally, this is gold right here. I'm giving it to you, okay? The next step then after that is you work on neuroendo. So we got to work on brain. And that's a big topic, right? We're talking about neurotransmitters. We're talking about brain inflammation, leaky brain patterns. So there's a lot there. And then next is we got to address thyroid problems. Okay? And then next we address your steroid hormones. Steroid hormone means your adrenal gland, your sex hormones like estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. You see the sex hormone is like at the end. You go here like this, in this manner, and you get to the point where you're going to thrive. Okay? You're going to thrive, folks. And thriving can mean different things. Thriving means not just symptom relief, but that you have clarity, that you finally understand what's going on. You finally have the knowledge and you're empowered and you learn how to manage. Because some people with chronic conditions or autoimmune problem, you're never gonna get rid of 100%, but you can put it into remission so much so that your quality of life comes back. You can start to do the things you want to do. You can exercise when you want to. You can go hike a mountain when you want to. You can go hang out with your kids and not feel like you're tired and you can't do it. You can get to that point, but that doesn't mean you cured it. The goal is not to cure. The goal is to learn what are the triggers, and this is what it's going to do. It's going to teach you all the different triggers. So do it yourself. And that's the most important thing, okay? So I know I talked a lot. Please give me some feedback. Has this been like helpful? Has this been like just talking about perfusion, fuel delivery, like talking about the sequence, the roadmap, the big idea? Has this been like new information for you that you haven't heard of? That's helpful for you? Please give me some feedback. There's a little delay here, so I'm. People still here? Okay, great, awesome. So, awesome, great, and that's what I'm hoping for. And by the way, I'll be here all week. I'm going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to be here on Saturday for you. And each day I'm speaking at 1 o'clock. You can go to our booth or the schedule of presenters. You're going to see my schedule and my topic. And then the next talk will be, so I'm supposed to be finished on top of the hour, which is 2 p.m. Eastern. At 2:30 Eastern, I'll be at my booth. So you can go to our booth, right? Just search my name on this Nourish platform. And you can find our booth, click on Start Live Chat. I'm going to be speaking in about 30 minutes, specific on brain and mental health and the functional medicine and what are some of the natural strategies we can do to assess and identify. So you don't want to miss that. If you have any brain symptoms that we talked about earlier, that will be instrumental. It's going to be a shorter talk, kind of like a 30-minute, maybe 20 minutes. But I'm going to be speaking throughout today, about every hour, delivering a 30-minute talk on a specific topic. So if you like what you just heard, you want more, I invite you to come to our booth and listen in. Again, there's a chance that it may not pull off because I don't know how to do some of the tech or shut off everybody's audio. We'll give it a try. So if you like to, you can come to our booth in about 45 minutes. The other thing is I want to make sure that you guys know that I want to give you guys a chance to engage with this information, okay? And basically what I have created is called a Neurometabolic Integration Digital Program. So let me go ahead and I'm going to erase the top section here. All right, so the program that I created specifically to address this roadmap and really empower you and teach you how to do it is called Neurometabolic. Now you said, that's a long word. It is. But it's the most accurate way to describe it, okay? And it's a digital program. Neurometabolic means brain and metabolism. Basically, we're integrating this big idea so that we can teach you how to do a lot of the stuff yourself. Do it yourself, digital program. So this contains 16 modules of different topics. So we have a module on perfusion. We have a module on blood sugar, a module on digestion, a module on leaky gut, a module on autoimmune and infection, different type of infection. So we have 16 modules with over 50 videos, plus videos, and it's growing, okay? So it's a lot. I'm basically assuming that you're smart enough to know it, right? I never assume people, oh, you're too dumb. I'm not going to make it too dumb. No, I'm just going to give you the information, but I'm going to speak to you in English. I'm not going to speak to you in doctor, kind of like what I just did today. So you understand it, right? And I do a lot of drawing like this because this makes it easier to learn. So you can learn very complex information that would take like a long time or a college course. It's like college level stuff, but make it super easy to understand. 16 modules covering the entire roadmap, okay? What you also get is you get weekly coaching calls from me, okay? From me once a week so that I can answer your questions. So this is almost, I mean, it's not like one-on-one consultation with me, but it's almost just as good because you have access to me, okay? Now, my regular rate is $495 per visit, $495 per visit to consult with me for an hour. So you can get access to me every week in a group setting where I can coach you on this. Not only that, you get weekly coaching with doctor, but also with nutritionists. So basically, you get 2 weekly coaching calls each week for 16 weeks. So the nutritionist is helping with the diet strategies, and I'm helping with the clinical strategies. Okay? And you also get access to a members-only community. Members community. This is where you can actually post questions in an online forum, and we answer your questions through like text chat, just like this. But then also part of that is all the recordings of the calls are stored in the members community, so you can go back and watch the old coaching calls because there's gold nuggets everywhere. And then also we also put a bonus information in it. Sometimes I'll make a topic that's not part of the 16 module, like a specific topic on like cross reactions of food, or a specific topic on how to detox or whatever. And then we'll put it in the members community. So this is a growing, living and breathing document that we're constantly, upgrading. So you're getting a lot of value from that. So that's all included. Now, on top of that, you also get 10% off on supplements. Now, supplements is not part of the program, and you don't need to buy supplements. In fact, I like for people to take as little supplements as possible. But we do have our own brand of supplement that I've used with 5,000 people that I'm very familiar with, get great results. But my goal is to teach you what's in a supplement that's helping. So you can okay, I already got the stuff that I have similar ingredient, it could work. So if you know that, then you can put it together, right? So, but if you purchase supplement from us, you get 10% discount. And also you get the Brain Immune Gut Masterclass. I actually have produced a masterclass where I talk about that brain immune gut, thing. And then this masterclass has 13 expert interviews where I interview other doctors in the field, experts that talk about the brain immune gut, and also mastery sessions where I talk about each step of the roadmap. And this contains PDF download of the transcript, the audio, and the video, all in this masterclass. So if you order the 16 modules, you get that brain immune gut masterclass for free, okay? Now, normally, like I said, the value of this program, the 16 module, it's over $10,000, the stuff that I all added in. Because just for me to meet with you every week, if you were to meet with me one-on-one, it would already be thousands. But what I want to do is create a program, because so many people resonate with this. I want to create a program that everybody can access at an investment that's affordable by many. So I created this program so that I can reach multiple people at one time. Okay, so the investment during this week, it's only $9.97. Regularly is $29.97. Okay, so you're saving, 2/3. And this discount is only good until Sunday. So I'm going to encourage you to check out the offer. You can go to our booth, click on products, and scroll all the way down, and you can see the products there. Or you can also go to this webpage right now, and I'll write it right here, called the Big Masterclass.com/join. So if you go there, Big Masterclass, pretty easy to spell, bigmasterclass.com/join, you'll be able to see what it comes with, what are all the things that we added to it that make this program, special. And just so you know, we already had done a initial launch, literally just last month, and the feedback has been phenomenal. I mean, people are just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe there's something like this that exists. And people are just saying like they're learning so much, they're already feeling better, getting results. And so we did this launch last month. And so we're launching it to those of you that are in this Nourish Festival, so you can get benefit from that. After this, the price will be increased because that's our regular price. But Nourish asked us to provide some type of discount for their audience, so we're doing that. So we have several different options. We have the 16-module program. We also have a 6-module program. If you just want, let me just dabble in the first 6 module and test it out. You can do that. We also have just the Brain Immune Gut Masterclass by itself. But the best option is to get the 16-module, the full course. You get a masterclass included and no extra cost. That's the best value. What I've done is I also took all the risk out of it. I'm giving you a 14-day money-back guarantee. You can try it out for 14 days. Check out the program. The content is dripped to you weekly though, so you're not going to be able to like speed through 16 modules. You're going to get access for the first 2 weeks of the program. But if you like what you see, then you definitely want to continue. And we have a very, very low return rate because people love this stuff. So I'm going to give you a 14-day money-back guarantee so you can try it and see if you like it. So go ahead and go to bigmasterclass.com/join. The special pricing of $997 for the entire 16 module, 16 weekly coaching calls with me, and 16 weekly coaching calls with the nutritionist. I mean, you'll never have this much support from an online program. Okay, we're meeting you twice per week. These are hour-long sessions, and you get the recording, the members communities where you have a lot of like-minded individuals who are going through the same journey. We cultivate a very special group of people, and I'm proud to say that. And so you're going to get a lot of support from us. And for all of this, again, the value, if you stack it all up, it's over $10,000. Regularly, the program for the 16 module is $2,997, $2,997. For this weekend, only until Sunday, it's only going to be $997. So that's a special pricing, only good for people in Nourish Festival, but it's only good till Sunday. So it's a limited time offer. Go to bigmasterclass.com/join. You can see the offer. You can click on the option you like. Pick the 16-week option. You're going to get the most benefit from it. You get 14 days to try it out. If you don't like it, you can return it. But I'm confident that you're going to love it and you're going to want to have the information that I share with you on the Big Masterclass. Okay. So again, my time is almost up. Thank you so much for engaging with me. You guys have been a great audience. I love you guys. And again, I'll be speaking in about 30 minutes in my virtual booth on specifically brain health and mental health, the big connection between brain and mental health and how that all work together. It's going to be a 30-minute talk. So come to our booth in about 30 minutes at, what time is it right now? It's 2 o'clock. So 2:30 Eastern, I'll be live in my booth. You just click on the live video chat. I'll be there waiting for you at in about 30 minutes to deliver another talk. And I'll be doing that every hour the rest of today on different topics. Okay, so come back and join me if you want more, of what this goodness, the stuff that I'm sharing with you. And my goal is just to give you, information, but not just information. I want to give you knowledge. You know what the difference between like just information and really I want to give you wisdom. You know the difference between information and wisdom? Information, just stuff you pick up along the way, like a handout somebody give you. Wisdom is knowing when to use that information. My goal is to give you wisdom. I don't want to just give you disparate pieces of information that doesn't connect. But in this short time that we have together, I can't teach you everything that I want to teach you. In fact, I created an awesome program over 16 weeks to teach you all of this stuff. So I'm going to invite you to join us at bigmasterclass.com/join. You can also navigate to our booth. You'll see all the products. You'll see the digital product offer there, which will take you to this website. But this is where you want to go to check out what's included in that. And then, again, I very much appreciate the time. And I'll be engaging with you the rest of the week. I have talks tomorrow and Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And you can also visit our booth every hour, after the main talk where I'll be delivering special topics. And my staff will be also there as well on the chat to engage with you if you have any questions. And I look forward to seeing you there. Okay, thank you so much. You guys take care, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.